Hey everybody, welcome to my review for Boogie Nights, which is now available on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray from Warner Brothers, who sent me this copy for review. I'm very excited that this one made it. I did own it. I was one of the people fortunate enough to have the Blu-ray, which was a very tough to get, fine thing to have, but I have owned this one. It comes in one of these sets, just an Amaray case. I believe there's a steelbook available, and it's just a 4K disc. It does have extras. There is a digital code that has been redeemed. But yeah, it arrived this week on the 16th. Just was sent, the copy just arrived to me on the 16th. So here we are. But this is one of my most anticipated releases of the year. Very excited to have Boogie Nights, especially in a year where we got one battle after another. We now have Paul Thomas Anderson's huge breakout movie, Boogie Nights, which to this day, to me, if you want my thoughts on Boogie Nights, no notes. This is a perfect film. I love this movie. This tells you, I mean, this has such a vibe to it, and it is just a sheer wonder that it all works out like this, being a film about the porn industry crossing from the 70s into 80s. But it teaches a lot about like filmmaking, like drug troubles with actors, stuff, spending money, like it's changing with the times and technologies. It's all here. It's an amazing little snapshot with these people. And this is a movie that's so good that once it stops, I feel like starting it over again. And it's kind of crazy to say that about a movie that's such an emotional roller coaster ride of the places it goes in this movie. But I think it lands you at a point where you're okay. And it's just, yeah, there's nostalgia touches here, but in the right ways, as well as Paul Thomas Anderson continuing to be one of our best needle droppers, perfectly placing songs in a film and making them warm you up and everything else. This movie, ever since I saw it back when it came out, and it was something that I was like, okay, this is when I was, more exploratory in adult movies. But if you grew up in the 90s, the independent cinema and stuff was the thing you checked out. That was like I got it. If you were a cool film person and one of the up and up, you were checking out these people like Richard Linklater, Paul Thomas Anderson, Kevin Smith, Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez. These were the guys. But PTA really, he had Hard 8, which I didn't see till later on. This is my first PTA movie I ever saw. Mark Wahlberg was a revelation here. I think him and Kate Hudson really came out the gate, maybe too strong, because he is just genuinely incredible in this movie. It's so authentic and real, and yeah, I don't know that he's been better since. And he's not been a bad actor per se. Like, I mean, he's great in The Departed. He's a good movie star actor. But this level, this intensity, this going all in, this giving himself, being like Dirk Diggler feels like a real person. And he's, based, there's some John Holmes basis in here in this movie, but he really takes off and lights up the screen, and he's such a star in it. And Burt Reynolds just coming back in and showing, I guess, Burt Reynolds didn't understand this movie, he had weird things to say about it, but got him an Oscar nomination, and he is excellent in this movie. He just takes over, commands. It's awesome. And Julianne Moore, who's one of my all-time favorites, is just so adorable and disheartening with everything that happens to her in this. Like, she gives a wonderful performance here that's very, I mean, it feels like, again, like it's based off somebody. Like, it feels real and raw and emotional. And I really like just the moments in here too, like the relationships Dirk had. Like, there's one that I think gets overlooked through it, but that him and Roller Girl, like, they obviously want to tell you they're like the same age and going through the same things, and they only have each other. And it's interesting to watch how she's the person who sort of accepts, trusts, and goes with things, and Dirk Diggler's the one who's got more drive and wants, power hungry, and once more in how he acts. So there's like a good dichotomy there between the two in this film as well. John C. Reilly's a hoot. You see that movie Star Wars? People tell me I look like Han Solo. really? And just his competition. Lots of people show up here. Everybody knows the Sister Christian scene, but there's a lot others, good ones as well. Moments. This is a William H. Macy showing up movie. He's got good stuff. Like everybody here, so down to the smallest character, everyone's so well taken care of, so well rounded, so excellently performed. Some people maybe even got their characters way better than they were on the page here, but everyone has a journey. Everyone's got an arc. Everyone's appreciated as if they have one, from small time, from Philip Seymour Hoffman to Don Cheadle, all the way, Dirk Diggler. They all have these arcs. They all go through the times. They all see these challenges. And it's just this lovable bunch of losers kind of that come together. And like everyone has like shit happen to them in this movie. Like it's like nothing can go right. Because it feels like, I mean, they feel like the porn industry is like the easy way into the filmmaking, and it's not. It's more challenging. There's more risk with it and stuff like that. I think it's trying to show like it wasn't easy for these people. It's not a challenge. It's not, and it's not like, I don't think it's a punishment for what they're doing. I don't think that's what PTA is saying at all. I think he's just showing like there's a hustle, there's a challenge, there's a, and it reflects the actual film industry as well. I have so much to say about Boogie Nights. I love this movie so much. It is a favorite. I was recently on the Box Office podcast, Scott Mendelsohn's show. We were talking about what's your favorite PTA. And while I'm very, very, very high on one battle after another, I always go to Boogie Nights. This movie, just start to finish. I know some people, it's going to be Magnolia. There's a lot of There Will Be Blood fans out there. I like The Master quite a bit. Phantom Thread, very overlooked. Excellent movie. PTA has never missed for me. And Boogie Nights, it started with Boogie Nights through everything. I always see his movies in the theaters. I will always champion the guy. He's one of our great American filmmakers, and he should be cherished. The guy has no blemishes on his career. I'm sure there's people that are going to disagree with me on that. But for me, guy has a perfect run here. Boogie Nights, amazing. 5 out of 5. No notes. Anyway, let's get to this 4K version of it. The compression on it, of course, is HEVC H.265, aspect ratio of 235:1 presented, and it's brought to you with a 2160p picture or 4K resolution. There's recently, and on this thing, there's a 70mm print struck for this. It's been restored. This looks really good. It looks like film. I don't think it's like, whoa, what a revelation. I just think it's top notch for what it's doing. Doesn't feel like it feels like there could be a further version of this that looks better, but like, I don't know what that looks like. So maybe it's the source materials limit or something like that. But this looks terrific. It's got good depth, very, very fine definition. Details are strong. The clothing is fun to look at, looking at all the patterns on things, seeing cuts on faces, bruises, sweat, freckles. Like everything is down to the nitty gritty there. Good spacing. Colors are strong. It doesn't like pop like 70s pop, and they don't go crazy with the HDR in here. There is some neon signs and car lights and stuff that'll be like, ooh, glow and stuff, but they tame it down a bit. It's not like an extreme version of that, and I know a lot of people are going to welcome that. Depends on how you watch the things. But yeah, so there's not a whole lot of shenanigans there. The dark, the blacks, natural, good, no crushing, nothing. Nice fine layer of grain in there, and good contrast between the natural contrast, not like a striking contrast, as I was mentioned with HDR for that. So I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. I do think, I was like, could this look better? I'm like, a little bit. So I'm not going to give it a perfect score. We'll move on now to the audio. We have available audios: English 5.1 DTS HD Master Audio, French 5.1 Dolby Digital, German 5.1 Dolby Digital, Spanish Castilian 5.1 Dolby Digital, and Spanish Latin America 2.0 Dolby Digital. Subtitles to go with it: English SDH, French, German SDH, Castilian Spanish, Dutch, Simplified Chinese, Korean, Spanish from Latin America, Danish, Finnish, Norwegian, and Swedish. This audio is probably, I'm guessing it's the same 5.1 that's on the standard Blu-ray. And it's a good audio track. I like it. It's not whirlwind dynamic, but it suits the movie. Heck, a mono track would have been cool for this, wouldn't it? But yeah, the best part is that the music, the needle drops, bump, got real good bass on it and not overbearing on your subwoofer. It hits it at just the right intensity. You do get gunshots and the fireworks. That scene plays very well in the 5.1, hearing it around the speakers and stuff like that. The dialogue comes through very crisp and clear, and the idea when they use like it as if it's in a film projected or a video shoot with that crummy microphone. Those sound authentic and to the touch and to the sound like you're there. Everything's probably good. I'm a fan of this track. I think it's just fine. So, and I think it does the trick and then some. So I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 as well. We now leaves us with our extras. So, there were extras before. We do get them ported over here to this from the Blu-ray. So first, we have 2 commentaries. We have one with Paul Thomas Anderson, and then we have a cast commentary with Don Cheadle, Julianne Moore, William H. Macy, and Heather Graham. And then the new thing on here is the American Cinematheque panels from 2023. This was a 5-night event where they were showing a new 70mm print of Boogie Nights. And night 1 of this had Paul Thomas Anderson and John C. Reilly sit down for a Q&A. That's on here. It was 24 minutes and 47 seconds. Night 2 was just Paul Thomas Anderson, which is 25 minutes and 40 seconds. This is a less than 2-year-old conversation. Modern stuff with Boogie Nights. Lots of good chat here. Awesome to include this. Really bolsters this release up quite a bit. We also carry over the additional footage, John C. Reilly files. This is 14 minutes, 45 seconds of just kind of John C. Reilly letting loose through a couple scenes, particularly the one where they are, where he first meets Dirk Diggler and he's making a margarita. Then there's also where they're getting ready to do the big thing at the end. And lastly, the recording studio stuff. So, and that's a long one, is that one. So we also have deleted scenes with optional commentary, and that runs at 29 minutes and 32 seconds. So there's like stories and stuff. Like maybe we could get like a full, like someday, like a long cut of this and restoring some of those in there, because there's some interesting subplots that go on that happen. That's pretty cool. And lastly, we have a music video called Try by Michael Penn, and that has optional commentary, and it's 3 minutes, 14 seconds. That was also ported over. So all in all, I'm going to give the bonus material a nice 4. It'd be nice to have Mark Wahlberg's thoughts, maybe some modern interviews, things like that. But this is loaded. So you got commentaries. That is like 5 hours of bonus material right there. You've got almost an hour of bonus material at the Cinematheque, and then you got deleted, and I got half-hour deleted scenes, and you got the John C. Reilly fun stuff. Like it's pretty loaded. So really happy with this. So I'm giving it a 4. Let's go back. This is a perfect film with a 5 out of 5. I'll stand by it. The video, 4.5 out of 5. Audio, 4.5 out of 5. Bonus material is a 4 out of 5. And then overall, we have a 4.25 out of 5 score I'm giving this. Boogie Nights, pick it up any day, any price. Must be in your collection. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen that's ever come out in my lifetime. And I think it's thrilling. It's awesome. Great movie. Just pick it up. I'm done blabbering. Yeah, good stuff. So if you want to order it, I do offer an Amazon Associates link in the description. It helps me out and stuff. But if you don't want to support billionaires and stuff, I get that. Go get it from Grindhouse Video or Bull Moose or Diabolic DV. I don't know if Diabolic carries this one. It's a regular old title, but it's PTA, so maybe they do. Buy it from a place like that. Support them, please. Yeah, if you're not going to buy from me, I ask you do that. So yeah, Boogie Nights. I'll be coming back soon with a Cloud Atlas 4K review from Shout Factory. I appreciate you watching this one, though. Go watch Boogie Nights. And as always, stay film positive.